How's it going, guys? It's Spence. Just giving you guys an update on my progress to my trip to Korea. As you can see right here, I have cut my hair. Now, did this for two reasons. The first reason was because I am making this transition out of college into the professional world, and can't really go corporate with dreadlocks. It's an unfortunate truth, but it's just how it happens. And the other reason is that I think I'm going on this study away experience, and I think one of my biggest fears is how I'm going to be perceived. And it sounds messed up, and you can tell me whether or not you think it is messed up or not, but the safest image for me right now, I think, is probably the Obama image. And I know, like, a lot of people in foreign countries had different opinions about Obama, and it really is going to depend upon the country and ethnic group, or whatever might be going on in that individual person's life. But generally speaking, in a homogenous society, a homogenous country, the most common image that they might have of the other country is probably either from their biggest stars or from their biggest like their president or something. It's like I was reading this article about cultural appropriation, and it was talking about how mainstream culture is used almost as a way to sort of like dominate people, for lack of a better term, and so like whatever subgroups are there sort of have to conform in order to as a survival technique. And going into an ethnically homogenous country is something that sort of does scare me a little bit. But I have been like looking at like a lot of blogs from people of color who are in South Korea right now, and it's really encouraging to me. So some of these people are Charlie Cheer, Chonu Miguk Saram, and OK Kel. Very, very good blogs. They all talk about like what it's like to be black in Korea and stuff, and they're actually like living there, and like teaching and stuff like that. So I've definitely been like taking notes. A lot of them have been saying how people are really interested in touching their hair, and like are being like overly nice on some occasions, or just staring at the other occasions. And other than like the staring thing, like I've had people do that. It just comes with the territory of being a minority in general. Like people asking, "Oh, can I touch your hair?" Ooh. Another weird thing that seems to be going on in South Korea is like the acceptance of blackface in performance, which is really weird. Here, blackface is seen as like a no-no, something you just don't do. But I also understand that there's like a different historical context for it, and I think it's an interesting like standpoint, because like I also had this conversation with my sister back during Halloween, when there seemed to be many instances of people dressing up as different black people, and they were doing it to like different extents though. Like, so you could have I think Miley Cyrus dressed as Little Kim. She may or may not have worn a little bit of like darkening makeup, but my sister's point was, regardless, it's okay because she didn't overdo it. But if you looked at like other people, they clearly put shoe polish on their face. Like I saw this Trayvon Martin. Regardless, you shouldn't be doing Trayvon Martin as a Halloween costume, like ever. But people were doing Trayvon Martin and putting blackface all over their face. So that's a clearly offensive case. I think that sort of goes to the idea of like moral like relativism, I guess. Like things aren't just completely right or wrong. You have to look at a whole bunch of things, like including the culture. So for me, being black in Korea is just like one of my fears, and I have a whole bunch of other fears because I have like seriously unaddressed anxiety issues regarding everything. But like outside of like getting lost or getting arrested or not knowing how to communicate with people fully, and I don't know, anything school related happening that gets messed up, any type of like basically like miscommunications or anything like that. I think it's just important for me to address the whole being black in Korea thing, because it's like sort of like the purple elephant in the room. I use purple because I look different, but I think it's definitely something that's going to be important for me to bring up, just with you guys, and to be cognizant of for myself. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below in the comment section, and I'll see you guys later.